Arsenal 3, Coventry 0. Welcome to Winter Sports Podcast. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. As predicted, Coventry got a bit of a footballing lesson from Arsenal. The log leaders right now, they're on top of the table. The elephant is not going anywhere anytime soon. Coventry showed some spells of being organized and I guess they tried to do a bit of a low block at times, and it must have been very difficult for them to keep that discipline of an Arsenal team constantly attacking. But I don't think they did as bad as people think. I think that scoreline could have been way worse. Could have been a good 6 or 5-0, but they managed to hang on to 3. And I mean, we're talking about a newly promoted team here that managed to only concede 3 against the reigning champions, of course. That was not bad at all by Coventry, but it just wasn't enough either to help them salvage a draw or to even help them get a win. Yeah, that looked very unlikely for them to do any of the other 2 possibilities. But Arsenal did what is expected of Arsenal to do, and that is win, of course. And start the season on a win, start the season on a high. We've had 2 3-0s, 3-0 against City on the Community Shield, and now 3-0 against Coventry. First game of the season, it was on a Friday. I don't like those Friday games because at times they tend to be quite tricky, I must say. But it was a very positive start to the season by Arsenal. We do need to worry about some of the players that are going out that are going to be sold, and those are not going to be sold. But what I found very interesting is that Ethan Noneri was on the bench. He didn't get a chance to play, of course, but Odegaard and Max Dowman also didn't get a chance to play. Mikel did kind of start with almost like the strongest 11 he had. We had Solis, who looked amazing on the left. This guy just keeps going forward. Every single time he receives the ball, he just keeps going forward. There's no back passes from this guy. There's no passing sideways. Every time he's so direct. He goes forward, looks for support, and a lot of the goals that came were because of his work ethic. And he put in a good assist there for Kai. No, it wasn't for Kai. It was actually for Saka. Yeah. The first goal was Calafiori running on the left, as he usually does, almost overlapping. And then he put in they actually stole it from a Coventry defender. The defender was closed down by 2 Arsenal players, and there's nothing he could do. And they stripped him of the ball, and then Calafiori ran towards the box, put in a cross. The keeper got attached to it, but it wasn't enough to palm it away. And then Saka, it just landed on his lap and he just finished it. So that was a beautiful finish by Saka. And the first goal was a beautiful finish by Kai. So I'm getting confused here, actually. When they stole the ball from the 2 defenders, Calafiori put in a cross for Kai to finish, yes. And then the second goal, Solis put in a cross. Well, yeah, it was a cross, but the keeper from Coventry didn't really get a good palm to it. He just palmed it into Saka's path, and Saka just finished it. Easy finished. The third goal was by Odegaard, which was a soft goal as well, I must say. The keeper got a hand to it, and it still found its way back, to the back of the net. So, very soft goal, but we'll take it any day. And that was the third goal. and that was probably in the first minute of the second half, the third goal. But the other two were in the first half of the game. It was a beautiful watch. It was nice seeing our players comfortable and getting into rhythm again. Like I said, he started players that we expected to be rested, to be honest, for the first half of the season, or the first quarter, or whatever the season, which was Rice, guys like Saka, and so it was Rice, Saka, and who else? And Odegaard. But he made some very good changes, because he did sub those guys off quite early when he saw that we've won the game already. So he did take off Rice early, he did take off Saka early, he did take off Odegaard early as well. I think he'd realized that, okay, look, this game is in the bag. We're winning 3-0. There's no need for us to risk these guys. We need them. It's still going to be a long season, a very long season. So we're at the top of the table. We've got no pressure. We can watch all these games on a Saturday, smiling, knowing very well that we are at the top. The elephant is at the top of the tree. So I'm looking forward to the next games. Tsolis was my fantasy player, as well as Calafiori. So I'm also quite excited in how I'm doing in fantasy so far. Just good start. But I do regret not having more Arsenal players. I just had 2 players. If I had 3 players, it would have been great. But it's fine. We can work with 2 for now. I think Martinelli's on his way out, and I'm sad to say so, because like I said, I do like Martinelli. But if we can't get a top world-class attacker, then I would stick with Martinelli. I definitely would stick with Martinelli. I like Martinelli personally, but I know that people feel that he's not living up to the potential that we thought he had. So I'd rather him move on than people keep talking negative things about him, to be honest with you. I think a lot of people are ungrateful for the service that he's done for this club, but that's okay. Not everybody's going to agree to that. I do wish him well. Jesus wasn't even in the squad, as expected. I think he's also moving on. But yeah, like I said, Nwaneri was. So I'm quite excited about the Nwaneri situation. But he might just move. I'm not sure, actually. But I really hope we give him a chance. Yesterday, there was a lot of news about Julian Alvarez. It seems like a lot of Arsenal guys don't even want Julian Alvarez, because they feel like he doesn't really want to come to Arsenal. His dream is to play for Barcelona, and he's made that very clear. So a lot of people don't understand why Arsenal are still trying to fight for this guy to come to Arsenal, when he's made it very clear that he prefers to play for Barcelona than Arsenal. Guys, there are a lot of players that I think prefer to play for other teams, but end up still being superstars at the teams that are willing to take them and are willing to accept them. I can see Julian Alvarez doing well in the Premier League, because I've seen him perform in the Premier League when he played for City, and he didn't do badly at all, right? But I see a lot of fans only want players that are crazy about Arsenal and want Arsenal. And I guess Julian Alvarez hasn't shown any of that. He's just shown that, look, he wants to play for Barcelona, and that's his dream, for him to go to Barcelona. So I mean, if the player doesn't want to come to England, then that's fine with me. It's fine. We don't have to. I mean, I don't think we need him that much, but it would be great to have him. I'm not quite sure on the conditions of him coming to Arsenal, if we'd have to let someone like Gyökeres or something go that side and trade him off. I'm not quite sure, to be honest. But I definitely wouldn't mind a Julian Alvarez in Arsenal, but we'll see what the manager and his team feel. I mean, how they feel about this as well. So there were rumors about Yildiz as well. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen with that either, but there are rumors that maybe we could expect one or two new players before the deadline, which is on September the 1st. So there's a lot to look forward to. I'm excited. I really hope these guys get the right type of players if they are going to get any new players in. And if they're not, then that's fine. That's fine. We'll have to do with what we have. I really hope that Martinelli is not demotivated to give us his best, since we've been trying to sell him and his camp hasn't been happy about him even going to Galatasaray, who we tried to offer at first, but it doesn't seem like the dude wants to go to Galatasaray. So we'll see what happens with Martinelli, but I do wish him the best. But we're at the top of the table, guys, and here we go. Let's see how your Cities, your Chelseas, your Liverpools, and everybody's going to do. Because everybody thinks that these guys actually have some sort of chance as well to to win, but we'll have to see. There's a lot of new changes that have taken place, and a lot of these teams have got new managers, new players. I see our neighbors there, Spursy, are also doing a lot of business in the transfer market. Now I think they've gotten Savinho, but they're also now trying to get Mamouche. Wow. That is, I must say, that will be some great business on their behalf. But they can always bring it. I'm not worried about Spursy. But I still have to give credit where it's due. And I must say, they've been very active in this transfer market. So let's see how how the window closes on the 1st of September. Let's see how many players we bring. Let's see the changes that are still going to happen. But PSG, and with Bradley Barcola wanting to sell him to Liverpool for 145. Liverpool just going to keep falling for all these scams of these players being overpriced. And then, you know, I mean, I don't even understand what they were thinking, bringing Isak for 120, knowing very well that this guy's injury prone. And did he not get injured for half of the season last season? Of course. So Liverpool, I don't know what's happening with you, but I don't care, to be honest. I'm just happy that we are at the top of the table, where we belong. We need to challenge for everything this season. We want the quadruple. We want Carabao Cup. We want FA Cup. We want the Premier League. And we want the Champions League. And in fact, after that, we want the Super Cup, and we want the club World Cup, whatever, like all the cups. We want all of them. We want all of them. Arsenal wants more silverware. Come on, Ugandans, we got this.